Hey guys, it is Wok Wednesdays once again. I'm Jeremy from School of Wok, and thanks to our great friends Neff who've provided all this equipment and sponsored these videos, we are doing teriyaki grilled beef. So this is really simple. Like the teriyaki sauce really is similar amounts of light soy sauce, mirin and sake with some ginger and spring onion. The sugar to sweeten it up and caramelize that sauce. I'm actually going to grill all of the vegetables and the beef, but I won't do it together, I'll do it in stages. So I've got some aubergine, some broccoli here, which I'm going to marinate first. The marinade, really simple. Light soy sauce, mirin. You can see we've got a good amount of sauce here. Sake. And your sugar, you need enough, or you can use honey as well, or maple syrup, anything like that works. That's straight in. You want that to caramelize in the pan later on. Now because I'm doing this on the griddle, I'm actually going to put a little bit of oil into this as well, just so that I don't have to oil the actual griddle itself. Give that a good stir. Try and get as much of that sugar dissolved as possible before you put anything into it. Next up, finely chopped ginger, and then some spring onion can go into that as well. Leave a little bit of that for garnishing the plate at the end. Just set that aside. I'm going to start to slice up your veg. So you can use any sort of chunky veg for this. Aubergine is quite nice because it has a nice meaty texture to it. And I'm going for nice, thick rounds. And the aubergine, just want to sit it in the marinade. Now aubergine is quite spongy, so it sort of soaks in all that flavour. So just sit that to one side and then you can start to prepare your broccoli. Just going to take a few good stalks off this. I'm going to be able to sear this nicely as well, but keep a good crunch, so I don't mind it chunky. They can go into the marinade in a second. I'm going to start cooking this aubergine off. The longer you leave it, the more flavour will soak in, but that sauce will go right over the top of the beef at the end anyway, so we'll get a lot of caramelised sauce later on. I've got a griddle pan here on a really nice high heat. So much like your steak, you want your aubergine, however you cook it, you want it to sear it like it would be cooking your steak or your piece of meat. That's searing all the moisture inside the actual aubergine itself. Just press into that, allow that to cook through nicely. And whilst that's cooking, then your big chunks of broccoli can go into the teriyaki marinade too. I'm creating a lot of smoke here, so I'm just going to whack this awesome extractor fan on, just so I don't choke ourselves up. I'm going to turn that aubergine once it's had a nice grill on one side. It's okay if I just sort of lightly marinate all your veg. You don't want them over sort of sweet or salty. So I'm going to take those out and they'll go into my griddle once my aubergine is cooked. So then I've got space for my meat. And of course, if you're feeding both veggie and meat eaters, then your veggie are nice and clean, no meat in that marinade. So the meat, I've got a nice sirloin steak here. I'm going to sear this whole and then slice it afterwards. And to sort of cook it quite quickly, after I've seared the fat of it, then I'm going to pour that sauce over the top of the meat to finish it off. Now after about 4 or 5 minutes on either side, your aubergine should be nice and soft, but it would have kept its shape. That's when you want to take that off. Looking great already. Broccoli. similar sort of time really. It's about 3 to 4 minutes, I guess, on either side. Especially when we've got big chunks of broccoli like this. You know, this is a really simple take on a teriyaki. Not too much chopping, nice and easy for home cooking. Give those a quick turn. And a nice char from the marinade. They can just come straight out. Now, last but not least, onto the main event, the steak. And what you want to do is you want to sear the fat first. Let that sear nicely, get nice and crisp, and then onto one side. About 2 to 2.5 minutes, turn it. Again, another couple of minutes. Pour the sauce over the top. You can see that sauce just immediately bubbles up. You're going to take that steak out quite quickly so it doesn't overcook. And then all that ginger and spring onion just wilts into the teriyaki. Switch that off. That's to drizzle over the top. Let that steak rest for a couple of minutes, then slice into it, serve it up, and then we'll pour the sauce on top. So just slice that. Got a nice caramelized finish from the marinade. You just separate out that so you can see that perfectly cooked steak over the top. That guy's for me. You've got to do the taste test. And your sauce over the whole dish. Wow, that is the money shot. So your medley of grilled veg and teriyaki beef. It's that quick and easy Japanese home-style dinner. Let's just take the whole piece, why not? So easy to make. That aubergine is perfectly cooked, not greasy at all, but cooked through so you don't have that sort of slightly tickly feeling on your tongue. Really easy cooking, guys. If you like simple cooking like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and thanks again to Neff. Like.